has nothing to do with the political party, has nothing to do with the military ranks, but specifically is economics according to Museveni. Whether you are a noob, whether you are UPC like me, whether you are a DP, this is how the president sees and how he wants the economy to be. So it's non-political, non-militaristic, it's a pure academic work. That is one disclaimer. The second disclaimer is, since it's an academic work, I shall be referring to the name of the author. I will lift all his ranks. I will not call him Mzee thinks this, or Lieutenant, or General thinks this, or the President thinks this. Academic work, I'll stick to saying, according to Museveni. I don't want somebody somewhere to go and say Zeru doesn't respect the President. This is a disclaimer. It is an academic work by His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. So I'll use the name Museveni. That is my disclaimer. We go like this. How I understood is that Musevenomics is the economics, both micro and macro, according to Museveni. This is how Museveni has handled productivity and the general exchange of goods in Uganda. It is how Museveni thinks and proposes the solution to the transformation of an agrarian and peasant economy, how it should be handled. He had 6 questions that he posed. And those questions were, 1, what was the economy of Uganda like in 1900 at the dawn of colonialism? He had considered this, and he had put in his academic work that the economy was a peasant-dominated economy. Productivity was hunting, blacksmith. Production was around family, and labor was also provided by the family. There was later land reform that drew Uganda into global economy, but this was not yet done. That was the economy of Uganda by 1900. Then what was the economy of Uganda like from 1900 to 1962 at the sunset of colonialism? He said it was state-controlled commodity marketing bodies. There was impressive growth at the onset of independence. So it was state-controlled. Now, he then asked how and what was the magnitude of the collapse of Ugandan economy between 1962, 71, 1986. That is when Obote came, Amin came, and Okelos came. He said the economy was affected by political instabilities, slowed down by the growth between 1966 to 79. The land reform decree in 1975 deprived people of their assets, and land security tenure. Immigrants like Asians who were manufacturing in our economy, they were also brutally chased away, and that affected our economy. What therefore was the economy of Uganda like by 1986? And what is the Ugandan economy like today, and why? What should the Ugandan economy be like when our country is fully modern? These 6 questions, when answered fully and satisfactorily, is what makes what they call Musevenomics. It's actually the answer to why Uganda's economy grew, developed, differently from the time General Museveni, His Excellency, became the president of Uganda. That's why there's a big difference between the economy in the 60s and today's economy. That is the answer His Excellency the President was giving. And for him, he said the answer is this: that what are the classical economist factors of production? If you did your economics in senior 5 and 6, I think, or in any class, they will tell you land, labor, capital, and others say entrepreneurship. That those are the factors of production. Yes, these are factors of production. But modern economists say not only land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. They add knowledge. You can have land, you can have labor, you can have the capital. You can even have the entrepreneurial ability. But when you don't have the knowledge, you might not be in the position to produce wealth. You might not be in the position actually to maintain the economy the way it is. So, the biggest question now in Musevenomics is, what was the state of these factors of production at each of the 5 stages I talked about? That we have already gone through, and what will be the state of these factors of production in the 6th anticipated stage? That what will be the next stage of economy of Uganda. So with this, Museveni says there is, however, another factor that will render these 5 irrelevant if it is not present. And he proposes that's supposed to be the market. You must have enough buyers of goods or the services for the business to succeed. Therefore, according to Musevenomics, or according to Museveni in his Musevenomics, land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship, knowledge, and a market should be considered factors of production. Then he went and asked that, what stimuli did the NRM use to jumpstart Uganda's economy? He gave 11 stimuli. One of them is security of person and property by disciplining the army. I think we will agree from 1986, we have seen a bit of stability that has disciplined the army. I think it's not only a bit, it should be enormous. Other governments were changing after 6 months, after 2 years, after 9 years. At least this one we have, I think, is it 39 now? So there is obvious stability. I'm not going to talk about the quality of the stability, but the stability. And then privatization and liberalization of the market. Yeah. Liberalization of the market is also one of the stimuli for them starting the economy. The return of the Asian properties has also been marked as one of the stimuli in Musevenomics. Diversification of cash crops. We now not only depend on the 3 T's and the 3 C's, tea, tobacco, and tourism, or coffee, copper, and cotton, but we now have various crops. There's market integration. The NRM, right from the time of the President's Student Activities time, 1963, realized that internal market may not be, for individual countries, may not be right to stimulate productivity and prosperity. So market integration is one of the factors in Musevenomics. Introduction of UPE and USE, that is universal primary education and secondary education. Cost of doing business has been low. Number 7, Number 8, corruption. Others would arguably say fighting corruption would help stimulate the economy. Have they succeeded in fighting the corruption? Has this government succeeded in fighting corruption? I'm not discussing that one here, but I think they are still on the verge of, they're on the way fighting. How far they have fought it, I leave it to you. But that is also another way of bringing development. Number 9, skills development for youth especially. And shifting people's thinking from subsistence economy to money economy, and then solving youth unemployment. Those are the 11 points advanced in Musevenomics. Now, those are the points which is being paraded, that if you want the economy to grow the way Ugandan economy has grown from 1986, those are the ways you have to follow. As an academic work, there are counter-arguments, definitely. One counter-argument is that production includes harvest, post-harvest handling, storage, value addition, insurance, transportation, and promotion. But market can influence productivity, but it's not productivity. So would you call it as a factor of production, or you call it as a stimuli? So academicians are still working and dissecting this theory, whether market should be put as productivity, as part of productivity, or as a stimuli. And another counter-argument says, while others put market as shown above in the end of the value chain and cannot be a factor of production, Museveni instead argues that markets affect, because farms choose quantities so as to maximize profits. Therefore, availability of domestic, regional, and international markets will motivate farms to increase their output and high standard. That is how he says actually market is a factor of production. Personally, when I conclude, I have my own remarks and my own observation. But I would call it a condition for Musevenomics to function well. That is my personal one. Is that the person going to introduce Musevenomics at least must be in a certain executive position. Because I don't think the economy of Uganda would have been so well if the person called Yoweri Kaguta Museveni was an economics teacher in Babel SS and advancing this theory. There are other situations whereby you need to have a certain position so as to make it work. So a condition for Musevenomics for me is also having an executive position where you can stop other things here to make these ones go, guide and direct. Without guidance and direction, theory alone might not work. That is why Musevenomics has succeeded up to now. I doubt whether people understood me the way I wanted to be understood. But that is it. That's why I hurried and came here. Thank you so much. For more information, you can get it from the IMC, or you can get it from Operation Wealth Creation. Thank you. Thank you so much. I forgot my lordship, the bishops and the clergy. I failed to recognize you, but I already recognize you within the protocol. Thank you so much.